Hello everyone, probably as you can see I have the Milwaukee not gun impact wrench, and this one needs just some inspection, cleaning and regreasing. So I will open the back cover, then I will release the screws for the hammer housing and open the wall housing. And the screws is over tightened here. You can see one of the screws have plastic left on it. Okay, the bearing is really dry here. This bearing sounds dry, so it need to be reset, I think. Okay, we need to open this back over. Okay, what can you see? The bearing have a lot of rust in it. It sounds really bad. So we need to think about replacing this part, this ball bearing, if we can take this out. I will check later for the ball bearing. Okay, we need to check the housing. Now we'll go with the housing opening. Okay, we have the connection here. Let's move this plate, and I can see that some action was going on here in the previous life of this tool, because the gasket is cutted where the wire goes in. Okay, of course we have a lot of dust here, some grease, dirt. Okay, we'll clean it later. What I want want to see here, I want to see how the anvil looks. Here we have a really not a lot of grease, and I wanted to see these corners, they are a little bit rounded. That's not really very bad. So basically this one looks not bad, just needs some washing. Okay, the bearing looks good, the gears looks good. Okay, I will wash this part and re-grease it. I will wash this housing. We'll check, maybe I can get a new gasket. Of course this one is basically good, but as you can see we have the grease here and the grease is here because the gasket is damaged here. So basically it's a small leak, and I need to check for the bearings and for this bearing, because it can be that this bearing goes only with the back housing, if I could remember. Okay, I will check it and I will be back with the assemble of this tool. Okay, now I need to assemble this bad boy back. Of course, I have washed the parts. Now I need to grease them. For the greasing, I will just put the bearing and the gears in a grease like that, and insert everything. Of course, I have the housing here with the controller. They will go here, and I need to insert the controller and then put the gasket. Before that, I will insert the ball into the anvil. Okay, a little bit too much grease inside the ball. I've taken grease out of the anvil. We'll put the grease here on the hammering part. Of course, the grease will spread all over the housing when tool will work. Okay, now we need to put the nylon washer inside, and as you can see we have the controller here, and basically we have the wire here, so we need to get the controller, and then we will be able to put the gasket here. I have the new lovely gasket, just inserting it on the housing, and now I can cover the housing. housing. You can check if everything it spins. Yeah, it spins. So I can put everything back in place. The direction changing button, all the controller and so on. Of course, now I can close it. Let's check the field. It's installed good. Yeah, seems that the field is good. The switch is good. The cables are good. There you go. We have the long screws for the handle. Now we have bigger screws for the gear housing, hammer housing. Okay, this tool now is almost assembled, and if you remember, we had a problem on this tool with the bearing and bearing. So I have the replacement bearings for the armature, and I have the replacement housing with the bearing. Looks nice and shiny. So what we need to do, we need to take out a holding ring here, and of course change the housing with the bearing itself. Like always, I have a problem with this small ring. It seems that this ring is made to not get a good grip on it. Okay, we have lifted it a little bit with the pliers and then take it out with a knife. What we need to do now, we need to take out the armature from here. Of course, we can try to knock it, we can put it on a vise and take it out with a puncher. And the second thing will be this bearing with the holding ring. I think you can see the holding ring better. My ball bearing remover end is too fat for this one, wide. Okay, got it out, and as you can see the ball bearing is melted here in the plastic, so you cannot take it out easily. Of course you can cut this, put a bearing, glue it up and so on, but honestly I think it's not worth it. This part will not cost too much. Okay, now we need to go for the second ring. This one was easy. You have to get the bearing out. Probably one of the easiest ways to use the plates. And I will slightly hammer the armature. You can see very easily. I got the bearing out. Now I have the new bearing. Mounting it in, and now we can use the long socket. I will use the vise to hammer it. I hope the camera will not fall because now I'm using the new camera. The new camera is heavier than the old one. Okay, we have the bearing on. Of course, we can put our holding ring and try to put it with our fingers. Can be a little bit hard, so we'll push it through the vise easily and check it with a screwdriver or something. We have some dust here, brushing them out, and we have our housing. Just check if you have the gap for the ring. Okay, there's our ring. Really small ring, and it's an annoying ring. Okay, why it's not focusing? Yeah, now it's focusing. And I think the most easiest way to put this ring on is to press the one end and go around with your finger to press the second end, and we have it installed. Now we can close the back cover. It's an old dirty back cover. need to install the armature. Okay, the magnet is really strong here. I'm trying to not over tight it. Okay, we have it assembled. Now we can test it. Nice, works like a beast.